Hi, this is CompassCare's 3-minute weekday devotional. Today is Isaiah chapter 40, verses 1 to 2a. It says, "Comfort, O comfort my people, says your God. Speak kindly to Jerusalem and call out to her that her warfare has ended, that her iniquity has been removed." Now, a couple of questions we want to ask of this text. Well, the first one is comfort. What does comfort mean? God is talking here to Isaiah, and he says, "Comfort, oh comfort my people." He wants them to be comforted. Does this mean he wants to pat them on the back and say they're there and kind of relieve any concerns he has for them that they have about them, their own personal lives? Comfort is this idea, well, the root word for comfort is fort. Where do you go if you want to strengthen your position when you're in war? You go to a fort. You fortify your position. So he's saying, come alongside. Someone's going to come alongside God's people and strengthen them. That's what this concept is. Strengthen my people. Give them strength. Give them comfort, says your God. God is saying this to his people. Speak kindly to Jerusalem. Well, what that presumes that, number one, God's people need strengthening, and number two, that perhaps they weren't being spoken to in a very kindly manner in the past. Who is Jerusalem? Jerusalem is the metaphorical way of referring to God's people as a whole. So I'm speaking to God's people. If I were to speak to you, I'd say Zion or Jerusalem or something like that. And call out to her. Speak to her, Isaiah, that her warfare has ended. So, wait a second. God's people were at war. God's people were at war, and God is saying, comfort them. Speak kindly to her, that her warfare has ended. Well, who was Jerusalem at war with? Who are God's people at war with? That her iniquity has been removed. God's people were at war with God. That's why God is saying, comfort them. Comfort my people. Call out to her that her warfare has ended. Why is her warfare ended? Because God, there's no way that anybody can compete with God. When we sin, iniquity means that we're trespassing. We're going against our created purpose. Our created purpose is to reflect God's character and his nature. And when we do things that are counter to God's character and nature, we make ourselves enemies of God. The only way that we can win this is if God says, I am going to take care of this. I'm going to call a truce. So I'm going to remove your iniquity. You know, warfare is a big idea. And what that means is God takes very seriously our sin. He also takes very seriously removing that sin. This is good news. God is announcing something new, something that has never been done before. He is going to remove our iniquity. He's going to take the sins that we have done, and he's going to remove them from us so that we can be back in right relationship with him. That is a great comfort, and not just a relief for our current circumstances, but a strength that we can draw from in the future because of this reality. We are now aligned properly with God again, so we can behave properly according to the purpose that he's created us for. So this is a great moment. We are no longer at war with God because of what Christ has done for us on the cross. He took care of all of our sin. He's a just God and he's a merciful God at the same time. So again, thank you, Lord, for what you've done for us on the cross, and thanks for listening.